Together with cost elements, cost centers are the backbone of the controlling module. As we can see during this course, cost centers play a fundamental role of allocating both planned and actual costs. As you can remember, our example company has decided to create a cost center for all the manufacturing machines that are used to produce pulp. In addition to the manufacturing cost centers, a group of overhead cost centers are also created. I have already created the cost centers, so we can use transaction KS03 to display one of them. Let's select the cost center for the cooking machine. All of the fields I have maintained for this cost center are mandatory and must be maintained for all cost centers. All cost centers must be part of a cost center hierarchy. Hierarchies can be used to create different types of cost summaries for reporting purposes. Let's open a new session and go to Transaction OKEON to display the cost hierarchy I have maintained. Here we can see that our cost center hierarchy for pulp manufacturing has been created under the standard hierarchy of the whole controlling area. To create a new cost center hierarchy, we select the standard hierarchy, press the Create icon, and then select Lower Level Group. Let's go into this session and go back to the cooking cost center master data. After entering a company code, the system will also ask you to enter a business area. Business areas are like subsets of company codes that allows you to examine the cost and revenues of a certain area of your business. We can see that a profit center has also been maintained. The profit centers are not discussed in this course as we have a dedicated course for profit center accounting. Let's move to the next tab. Here we can see that the record quantity checkbox has been marked. This indicator specifies whether consumption quantities should be recorded for the cost center as well as actual monetary values. As we will later learn, it is possible to calculate overhead costs based on the quantities and not just on the value of raw materials. To make sure this is a possibility, it's good to keep this box checked. Under Lock section, we can see that different types of costs and revenues can be blocked. I have selected that both planned and actual revenues are locked for this cost center. I have ticked these checkboxes to make sure that no revenues are accidentally posted to this cost center, as it should only collect costs and not any revenues. If I would not tick these checkboxes, it would be possible to post statistical revenues for this cost center. It's never possible to record actual revenues for a cost center, as revenues can only be posted for profit centers. In the Template tab, you could select which template you would like to use if you would like to plan your cost using the formula planning method. This method allows you to create your own custom formulas to plan and calculate costs. This formula method will not be discussed during this course, as it would take away too much of your time to explain it thoroughly enough. Next, let's take a look at cost center groupings. Cost centers can be grouped together just like cost elements. It is important not to mix up cost center groups with the cost center hierarchy we were creating before, as they are totally different things. I have already created a cost center group that groups all manufacturing cost centers together. Let's go to transaction KSH2 to view this group. Here you can see the group name, and here are the cost centers that are part of the group. If I would like to add another cost center to this group, I would first click the name of the group and then press the Cost Center button. You can create a new group using KSH1 transaction. Just like with cost elements, all the cost centers need to be created in the system before you can start to plan or budget any costs in the system. So now it's time for you to create the required cost centers. You can find all the needed cost centers listed in the Excel file. Cost centers are created using a transaction KS01. When you are creating the cost centers, make sure to put the first day of the fiscal year to the valid form field so you can plan your costs for the whole fiscal year.